So now then, let's see who's going to join. Viewers. Viewer. Chat. Invite people. Let's see, copy. New window. Let's go to Reddit. Save. Save. Close. Close. 2 viewers. Hi. Can I see the viewers? Links. YouTube page. 3 viewers. Okay, now I'm trying to find the viewers. Invite people. Close. Trying to invite viewers. Can I see the viewers? I'm trying to invite viewers. Okay, so this is the problem I'm having. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, cancel. Can you see the chat? Let's see. If you are watching, I need to invite you to join. Okay, so if you're watching, if you can, I'm trying to find out how to invite. It's been a while. Let's choose the link. Choose links. I got 5 viewers. Now it's links. If you can see the chat, if you can enter your name in chat, because it won't let me send invite, close. So I'm trying to invite viewers. It's been a while since I've done Hangouts on air, so you have to appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out how to invite you. So let me see if I can get Google Plus. Let's see if anybody made a comment. I'm trying to invite people. And here's the link. If you post, okay, so I put the link in there, but I got to find your name of the viewers. Now, how to see the names of viewers? Control room. Hangout toolbox. List view of participants in your Hangout. Allow, come on, Hangout tools. Trying to, let's see, lower third. Presets. Okay. Ready? Please come back later. Oh, God. This is why. Okay, where is chat? So can anybody see the chat? And I don't hear anyone because I'm trying to invite people and I can't. This was always the problem that I had with Hangouts before, was trying to find, so add names or email addresses. Send invite. Share via email, share via Google Plus. Close. I've got a few people trying to view, but I can't find your names to get to invite you because I need a name and it won't show me the name. Okay. Hangout on air. See viewers. Viewers on air. Oh, come on. So I'm trying to invite people and I can't. Let's see. The live streaming, use the Hangout broadcast. Public. No, doesn't show me. While live audience using it. Okay. No. Chat during how? Okay. You have the option of chatting, which is here. So can anyone see the chat? No, it's worthless. Okay. Next question. Okay. It's on the users /users. Participants. You are the only member of the video call. And to invite other people, I need to have a name. Send invite, add names. So let's go back here. Well, 13 comments. So I'm on extra duty, so okay, I'll see if I can invite. Oh, come on. Okay. Show all 13 comments. Sometimes Google makes things really difficult. Or Neil Jones. Tonight. That was invitation posted. Benjamin Smith. Smith. Invite. Okay, that's two and two I've got. Charles Jones, Benjamin Smith. William L. So missed the session, but back in business. Oh, I got somebody joined. I'm trying to figure out how to get the names of people to invite them. And that's causing a problem. I can barely hear you.
Hold on.
Okay. Benjamin Smith. Okay, I got two people. And now I'm trying to find.
Long time no see, Cornelius.
Hey, man. Hey, Jeff.
So let's talk. Okay, so
I'm.
Okay, message.
Yeah, my phone may drop the call because it gets crap service over here. But I will join it whenever I can if it drops.
Message. Okay. I need an email to invite you to hang out. Let's see, what's that? And then let's go back. Okay, that was one. Go back. Okay, so that was one person on Reddit who said they wanted to join. Now then, let's see if I can find some. There were some more comments. Hunter. Message. Okay. So this was, it's been a while since I've done a Hangout. I had to try to figure out what's going on, and I'm seeing I'm having problems. Do you know of anybody else that I should invite? So
You got a lot of people in it was membership, so.
I know, but it was posted to the group, but I don't know. It says that there are 5 viewers, so there are 3 other people as a viewer. But could you guys see the chat, or can anybody see the chat?
I was on YouTube. I closed that window because.
Well, I guess it's the question: if somebody's viewing it, can they see the chat?
They can only see the chat for YouTube chat. You can't see the chat for Google.
Okay, but it's okay. So, can you see? Okay, can you see this? Which chat is that?
That's Google. That's on Google.
That's on Google. Okay, so now then, where is the YouTube? How do I get to the YouTube chat?
Let me see if I can pull that back up.
So there's invite people, mute microphone. How do I? YouTube embed, YouTube page. There we go. Recent developer. So I'm just trying to figure that this. It's been a while since I've done this, and so
these episode zeros to work this out, right?
That's why. Yes, that's why I want to do 0 to figure out how to do this, and so I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to put. I'm going to do because I can't figure out. Well, okay. So I got 6 viewers, but I don't. If you want to, okay. Let's do one more. If I go here, let's go to email. All right.
YouTube viewers can only see the YouTube chat, the live chat there.
Okay. So
It is the Google Hangouts. We can see who's here and what you do on Google.
all right. So let me do this. If you want to join, send an email to why won't you copy? There we go. What we'll do there is we'll do this, and we'll go 36. Okay. Now then, let's get back over here. Now then, how do I share the screen? So there's invite, microphone, just settings. How do you share it? How do you share the screen? Ah. Share screen, because I thought there used to be sharing a screen, hangout there. Okay, so hit this one here. No. Communication. So they used to have, this is where they, I think they try and turn camera off. Something link. Hover. Screen share. There we go. Okay, cancel. Now then. So there's screen share. Application window. There. Share. So now then. So you guys should be seeing a, oh, it's too big.
You had it there. There it goes. There it is. Perfect.
Okay, but the problem with it is that I want to be able to see if it, well, okay, so we'll leave it at 36. So you can see that. All right, so you guys can hear that. So now I just have to get back here and refresh. And, okay. No, I haven't got any emails yet, so, okay, so that's there. So all right, so let's talk about your characters. So we can start talking about the impact of age. So who wants to go first and tell me what race they are?
Yes, Ben got dropped. I'm gonna play a regular run-of-the-mill human.
Okay, so a human, and how old are you going to be?
25.
Okay, so you're 25. So let's assume that your mother was 25 when she had you, which would have, okay, so she was 25 when she had, okay, this is where it gets fuzzy to me. So she was 25 25 years ago. So she would
In my backstory, Oh,
but,
go ahead.
But she wouldn't. Okay, so she wouldn't have seen the invasion because she would have been just.
No.
She wouldn't have seen the invasion. Her parents would have seen the invasion. So it's your grandparents would have at least one of your grandparents who would have probably been killed in the invasion. Actually, two of your grandparents would probably have been killed. Your mother, probably your so that's grandparents. Humans are relatively easy because it's only you're 20, what was it? You actually can come up to where did I have that one? So the adult age for a human, according to D&D Beyond, is 18, is late teens. So I'll say 18. So yeah, so 25 is fine. And if they're 25, so it's your grandparents, that wouldn't have as big an effect. So let's see. So who was speaking?
That's Cornelius.
Cornelius. And who else is on the chat?
It was Ben, but I think his phone dropped him.
Oh, okay. See, this is okay. So I want to at least say it. Okay, Ben will do well. Okay, can't. Angel Ortiz said, okay, I can't play. Okay, so thank you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, come on. Okay, so all right. So 4 invites. Okay. Written. So I don't know I don't know when I got those invites. I didn't invite. No. So dismiss. So I'm just trying to work out what's going on here. So that's Google Hangouts. That's yet a different chat than the one I think that's in there. Okay, so I think this one. Okay, so it's you and me, and I know I've got 7 viewers, but I don't get, if they're just watching, that's sort of.
Well, I think one of those is me. So.
Okay, 7 viewers, but it's still 6. I got a couple of people. Okay, present to everyone. Your screen sharing and presenting to everyone. Can you see on the screen? Or is
your email? Yes.
Okay, my email. Okay, so that's still showing up, which is kind of strange because yes, now I'm not seeing that, but that's okay. Hi, participants. This is irritating because I was, that's why we do a session 0 to try and work out just the logistics of this, and it's been a while, and YouTube has changed a bunch of things in the past couple of years. Oh, there's Ben.
On it for like a year, so.
What?
I haven't even been on Google for like a year.
Well, I've been
on Google. Yeah, on Google Plus.
I've been on for about 2. So I'm not getting any email. This one might be unfortunately, this one might be a bit of a bust because we can't do that. Oh, Hunter.
Hi.
How did you join?
I applied on Reddit, and
okay. You saw on Reddit. Oh, okay, great. Because I can't figure out how to get people to join. That's the problem I'm having.
I joined through Reddit.
Okay, so I did
post the old way too.
And you were able to join
the old way
through
where
Reddit.
you can
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that link lets you right into as a participant, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so now I know that link lets you in as a participant. I did post it on Reddit. Okay, we got 3 people. So Cornelius is playing a human. So Ben, what race are you playing? I haven't heard Ben talk since he tried to come back. Couldn't understand that. Where are the problems? So Hunter, what are you playing as?
I'm still not completely sure yet. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, because one of the things the thing that is interesting. Okay, here's if you play one of the longer-lived races, particularly if you play an elf, that gets interesting because this is set 50 years after the invasion. Okay, first off, let's stop sharing and let me bring up a couple of maps. So, all right. So we'll stop sharing, stop presenting, stop screen sharing. Okay, you're presenting to everyone. Okay, screen share. All right. And now we're going Hobgoblin. Oh, Hobgoblin. Okay, so that's okay. Hobgoblins live. Well, okay, they're 18. They're humans. We'll talk about that in a bit. So this is the world of Tiglath. And we're assuming for this game, you're from the country of Greth. This is on the continent of Pankar, the country of Greth. Now, this is where life gets interesting. 104 years ago, every 53 years, Marazar, for the past 500 years approximately, Marazar invades Greth. There's a comet that comes back, and Marazar has always decided to invade Greth. Greth has always defeated them. 104 years ago, the king of Marazar was killed on the battlefields in Greth, which was an interesting thing. So this caused a major revolt in Marazar, and the kingdom of Marazar was replaced by the Khanate of Marazar. And then, just like normal schedule, the Marazar invaded. Greth didn't prepare as much as because they weren't sure with the Khanate. The Khanate invaded and in one day annihilated all the armies of Greth. They totally annihilated everyone. There were no survivors. This is why 50 years ago, we have to take a look. Your character cannot, one of the restrictions on this, your character cannot be, if you were an elf at that point in time, the odds were that you would have been killed. So you have this interesting issue. We have to work out the logistics of how old you were when the Marazar invaded. The Marazar have controlled Greth completely. So let's pull up. So where the campaign, let's see. I'm going to open up a new one. File. Oh, come on. Open. So that's the cities. Go up, new maps. So what happens is on, this is Pinge. Oh, let's get this completely out here. So on this map, you see this peninsula. This is the peninsula of Pinge. And we have a more detailed map of the peninsula of Pinge here. And there's the city of Anase, which is where we're going to start. And if I open up yet another one, and we have a more detailed, new maps. The tip of Pinge. I draw lots of maps. And so this is the tip of Pinge with a hex. Say again?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Yeah,
So if I turn,
I'm a hood and masked, so no one knows I'm a hobgoblin. They just see me as a tall human.
okay, it's all human. All right. So here's a this is a that's where Anase is on the tip of Pinge, and then we actually have the city of Anase. So this is the city of Anase. And there are, if I show all, these are there are 10, the color coding is the districts. There are 10 districts inside of the city of Anase. Now, the Marazar, these are the 10 military districts defined by the Marazar. So what happens is your characters started out, you're coming to Anase. This is where we get into the description of what your character has to work out. And I think okay, so if you haven't seen, where was it? Send me an email. What I want is I want you to send me the stats about your character to this email, and then I will get that, and that'll give me. I want to know your race. I want to know work backwards and figure out who in your family would have died in the invasion, because unless you're, let's see, what was it? I was looking through the minimum age. If you play a goblin or a kobold, it doesn't matter because they have such short. They are adults at age 6 and at age 8, so it just gets, and even Dragonborn are adults at age 15, and half-orcs are adults. Well, okay, get some Kenku are 12, and lizard folk and Tritons. If you are one of the longer lived races, and if your character is a little bit older, because we're going to be starting off with fifth level characters, you need to describe your standard stats for your character. You need to tell me what kind of magical items you want, and we'll exchange some emails getting that worked out. And then the other thing we're working at, I want to work out, is how the invasion of Greth defeated that. So what happens is some of the rumors that we have to talk about, which get interesting. So this is where now I can figure out is sharing screen. So okay, how do I get back to Google Hangouts? There we go. Stop. There. So so that's one of the things to work out. Now, the rumors that you're hearing, that you've heard, or various things, I need to know why you're coming to Anase. I'm going to leave that up to you, and to work that out, because you have to specify why you've never been here before, and why you're coming to this city. And you come by ship. and we'll work out which ships and so on. That'll work out with you guys over the next week. Rumors that you've heard is that, well, things that you've heard is that the Great Khan who staged the invasion has now passed away, and a new Khan is in power. You're hearing rumblings that the Marazar want to pull out of Greth, and approximately 90% of, over the past 50 years, 90% of the invasion force has pulled out. They went back to Marazar. But still the 10% that's there are so massively powerful that they can put down anything or it appears that they could put down almost any insurrection, and the Marazar have been ruling with an iron fist, just total absolute control. So what you've heard is that there is a movement afoot, at least for some of the Marazar, they want to go back home. Some of them, but over 50 years, there's been a complete turnover of all the humans, so that there's some that have been born here, some that have come here, and there's somewhat perhaps dissension in the ranks. There's a rumor that some of the Marazar royal family exists and want to overthrow the Khanate. So those are far rumors. The other rumor is that someone in the royal family of Greth, the king that was over Greth, is rumbling, and there's some questions if they want to try and overthrow the Marazar, things like that. You're also hearing from some of the merfolk and tritons that something's happening in the ocean. And that's a strange one. There appears to be battles going on at the bottom of the sea over something. And the other, well, okay, so we'll bring this one up. See if I can share this screen here. So, yeah. So this is the current land structure of the world. However, at one point in time, Lipro and Pankar were one continent. And there was a great cataclysm, and there was the royal, or the capital of what would have been the countries of Greth and Marzar combined is about here. And the cataclysm caused that entire capital to sink, which is somehow related to why Marazar kept invading. So deep in the sea, there is a battle going on. But that's a whole nother discussion. So without getting more into what's going on, and then there are a whole bunch of other little subplots going on inside the city of Anase. But I figured we'd want to do that when we actually have the characters all set up and so on. So I guess the question that I have is, well, what questions do you guys have?
Would it be okay if I was a Goliath?
Sure. Now, the only thing with the Goliath, let's see, Goliaths reach adult age at 18. Is what I'm saying. That's that's there. Now, I do have D&D Beyond Master subscription or whatever. So if you need access to the books, I don't know how to share that right now, but that's there. So
I'm just using the 5th edition handbook.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And yeah, I splurged and bought everything from D&D Beyond. Spent $350 or something like that. But why not? For me,
Hey, you know.
yeah, I don't know if I don't know, Hunter. I don't think you know, or unless you watched my video that I put up. I have only about, my doctor gives me 4 to 6 months to live.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, so I'm doing well, as you can see. I mean, I'm fine. I'm happy. I have no pain. I have some interesting side effects, but nothing horrible yet. So like I said, this campaign could end real quick, and abruptly. But I bought I'm sitting here going, I had been putting money in my 401k for a long time, and I'm going, why not? If I want something, I buy it.
Do it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. It's like my cough. My lungs are completely clear. They think that the cancer tumors are starting to irritate my lungs. I don't have, it hasn't spread to my lungs, but it's causing a bit of cough. And I sometimes have to take some cough syrup just to treat the symptoms. But anyway, so that's there. Any other questions?
So just to clear up, because I've played, my first game of D&D was with you about a year ago, and so this time frame basically takes place 50 years after that total party kill.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the third total party kill.
I was just like,
World of Tiglath is, shall we say,
it's a rough place.
it's a rough place. Not well. I also ran another campaign, which was the World of Amoras, and that was even rougher. Well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So
and then when it came to like the age, because I wasn't too familiar with everything, I'm just like, okay, she's 25. Her mother died in childbirth. She knows very little about her.
Yeah.
The grandparents probably died in that war, and when she escaped as a child, so she knows very little bit about all that, just from the rumors and stuff. But
yeah.
And yeah.
So yeah, I'm working out. Okay, so this is okay. So if I put this,
but she's lived on a port town, so she hears a lot of those underwater rumors.
Yes. So this, so this is my spreadsheet showing various. I've used this in a couple of videos, but the adult age, I went through and worked it out, and I added, was it Eric Crochet or whatever? I was looking at some of them, but it's like elves don't become adults until age 100. And halflings 20. It's the gnomes are 40, which gets kind of odd. But so this is how, and I was working backwards about how that would affect, so how you would affect, and it would affect your view, because, okay, so this was all, the idea behind this, I don't know if you ever studied any ancient history. It was called the Syracuse expedition by Greece. So what happened was, it was Athens. Athens sent an army to Syracuse to fight the Spartans, and they were annihilated. And basically, it killed a generation. The most modern comparison, which, unless you're Russian, I've heard stories, I don't know, I'm not Russian, but it was after World War II that they lost so many men in there that men became they were outnumbered by women significantly. That every family had lost multiple family members in World War II, which is why the Russians were so adamant about dealing with the Germans. And there was a lot of animosity there because we lost in World War II, we lost men, but nowhere near like what the Russians lost. And so, because the Russians did some not the most intelligent thing. I don't know if you've seen the movie Enemy at the Gates. That's an interesting film. The book is much, much better.
Oh, I bet. Books are always better.
Well, what happens?
Yeah, I was about to say. Usually they are.
Yeah, I've only had two where the book is much worse than the movie, and the one is Stuntman. There's a obscure film, if you haven't seen it, Stuntman, which is with Peter O'Toole and I can't remember who else is in there, where Peter O'Toole plays the maniacal director. The book is awful. The book is truly drag. And the movie is an amazing movie. And the other one, which is the TV series The Expanse, the books are absolutely irritating. I hate the books. And the series is much better than the books, which surprised me because George R.R. Martin worked with the two guys who wrote the books. And the books it's just too much vomit zombies. That's the phrase. Vomit zombies. Yeah, it actually refers to them as that in the book, vomit zombies. In the books, yeah. I've read the 3 books of The Expanse, and it's just. I actually asked that for a gift for, was it Christmas or birthday? Someone bought them for me, and I regretted that because they paid way too much to get the Kindle versions of them, and they were awful. But anyway, so those are 2. But okay, so what we're talking about, I don't know, invite your friends, because I think it would be nice to have a few more players. I want you guys to write up your characters and get them to me. You all have my, well, okay, so I can copy that and paste that in chat. You can see the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chris said she couldn't make this one, but she's going to try and make the next one.
Okay, good. Because so there's my email address. So if you could email me your characters and any other questions you've got, I will try and...
Wrong chat. I don't have that chat. I have the other chat. Don't know what to call it. I'm on a cell phone.
Oh, okay. It's jeff.s.macarthur@gmail.com. So JEFF.MCARTHUR@gmail.com. Or I'm on Google Plus. You guys have seen World of Tiglath. If you have a problem, reach me there. Hunter, there is a Google Plus group that I was using for a long time on this thing.
Do you need just like the basic stats and the backstory?
The basic stats, the backstory, why you're coming to Anase, who died, who in your family would have died if it was one of your parents or your grandparents or great. You don't need, if it goes back into great grandparents, we don't need to worry about that. So I want the age of your character, your 5th level. Figure out what magic items you would like that you think would be appropriate for a 5th level. And
if you use magic.
If you use magic, yeah. If you use magic, okay. Now here's the other thing that you have. The other thing you have, that we're in the world of Tiglath, which is Bronze Age. So this is the other question when you talk about about weapons that are with pluses. You can decide to have the normal weapons are copper. So copper weapons are +0. You could have a magical +1 copper weapon, or you can have a bronze weapon, which is +1, but not magical. You can do the same thing with, and it goes all the way up to +5. It goes bronze, hardened bronze, iron, hardened iron, steel. So in World of Tiglath, there do exist +10 weapons. That's a +5 steel sword or whatever. So even if you're Benjamin Smith, Jeff. It's the bottom one. Jeff.S. MacArthur. So you can have, there's 2 periods. So you can have non-magical plus weapons, which makes things a little bit more interesting, in my opinion, because you can be fighting against. You don't have to have magical weapons. That was one of the things that I do there. The other thing is you can't have a saddle. The writing, okay. Magic users get a little strange because paper doesn't exist. You write on wax or clay tablets. Wax tablets are fragile, but they're reusable. Clay tablets are, when they dry, then they're set, and if you bake them, they become permanent, but they're fragile. They're ceramic. So your spell books are ceramic. Has some interesting effects. Some of the spells have to be renamed, shall we say, things like that. Well, I'll go in. Let's see, what was it? I've been working on a set of house rules, a couple of minor changes, particularly to cantrips. Prestidigitation I change a bit. We'll talk about basically, I think it became way too powerful. So it's like people used to clean things, and I go, yes, you can clean things. If it's lightly soiled, you can clean it with a cantrip. Not a problem. If it's heavily soiled, no. If it's lightly, I sort of put the thing is that if you get a hole in something and it's half inch or less, well, okay, prestidigitation can mend that. If it's longer than ½ inch, no, prestidigitation won't handle that. And you also get things with the weapons, because if your copper weapons can get damaged a bit, so yeah, so you have to keep maintenance of those, and copper armor. You don't have, you can't ride a horse with a saddle. Saddles don't exist. So you're either bareback, you can do a cart or a chariot, but you can't ride horses with saddles on them, which causes interesting things if you try and be a paladin, because yes, you have a horse, but now you're a chariot riding paladin. Interesting little subtle things like that. What else is World of Tiglath? I should have brought up, I have a PowerPoint presentation I was meaning to redo.
So say, like, can I have a longbow and a halberd?
Sure.
I want to keep it simple.
Sure. Longbow and a halberd. Now then, with a longbow, you can with a longbow you can have you've got get up to 3 pluses. So you could have a +3 longbow, or you could have a +1 longbow and a +2 halberd, or you reverse, or a +3 halberd and a normal longbow, whatever you want to do with that. Or you could apply that to armor. You want, depends upon if you're wearing leather or whatever kind of armor you want to wear, you could apply the plus. You got 3 pluses that you could apply to weapons or armor. So you have to make those decisions about your character. But I don't think there's going to be as much combat as some other campaigns. There will be some, but there won't be as much, because this is going to be focusing on interactions in the city. Interactions in the city tend to be extremely deadly. Unless you sneak up and kill someone, you know, and then if the city guard doesn't find you, so, you know, that's the, if the city guard finds you or whatever, then yes, you have a real problem. So those are things that are going on. We're going to start in the city, and unless you guys wander out, we'll see how that goes. So a whole bunch of intrigue in the city.
Probably should have a dagger as well then.
So what other questions do you guys have?
How do you want us to do stats? Just a normal roll, or?
It's up to you. You can roll. You can. I trust you guys. So what happens is if you can do any of the ways that the player's handbook outlines to do it.
All right.
So I'm perfect. I'm comfortable with anything like that. I actually found. What was it? I haven't found my dice. As you can see behind me, I'm still unpacking from my move, and I haven't found my dice yet, which is they're around somewhere. It took me forever to find. If you move, telling the packers to pack up you're telling the movers to pack up everything. Okay, won't let you rejoin. Let me try and re-invite you. There. I'll try and re-invite you. Ben dropped off. So if you ever have to move, if you're not feeling well, that's great. The downside is you have no clue what goes in each box. And
Hear me now.
Hey, we hear you.
Yeah, I made it back.
Yay!
So, yeah. Any other questions?
Do the bronze weapons do the amount of damage described in the
Player's handbook.
player's handbook?
Yeah. Everything. Well, okay. It's +1 to hit, +1 damage is what you've got, is your pluses that you've got. If you want to do bronze weapons, yeah, it's +1 to hit, +1 damage. So,
Yeah, then I'll do a +3 battle axe then.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can decide between weapons and armor and
No armor. I get too big a bonus to my AC with no armor.
Okay.
Even with the best medium armor, it goes down by 2 points, and my AC does. So I'm staying with no armor.
Okay. Sounds like fun. This will be it's been a while since I've gamed, so I'm a little bit rusty and trying to work out some of the challenges that I've seen with this. And
Yeah, it's been like a year since
it's been 2 years.
Cornelius might remember this character because I tried to play him once with our Monday then Tuesday game. Bofu Red Cloak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
If you see me looking to the left, I have two more screens to my left.
Oh, you got another screen? Cool.
I have 3. Yes, I have 3 screens.
Well, last I knew you only had 2, so.
Okay, last time I only had 2. Yeah, I've got 3. I've got 2 1K monitors and 1 4K monitor. So yeah, I have toys. I can have. There's no problem with toys. It was interesting. You know, you're saving up for retirement, and I figure I wouldn't retire for another 10 years. And then you sit there and go, oh, well, hey, I've got a bit of money saved up, and I'm not going to live to spend it.
Party.
Party, yes. Yes. That's right. That's for me. That's my doctors kept asking me, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to play video games and Dungeons and Dragons." And they go, "Okay, that's what I want to do." And don't have any kids. Don't have. So it doesn't really matter. And I have amazing health insurance. It's one of the one things that I still have. I'm on family medical leave, so I'm basically retired. And to plan for, just to give you a plan for this, I slept most of the day today because one of the things that the only real side effects I get is fatigue. I get tired real easy, and I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of sleep so that I could last through a session of this, because it was, when my family was out, that was rough, because I am, for me, I get up, I do something, work on my dungeon, work on something like this, then I go back to sleep for a couple of hours, and I have a lot of hours anyway. But it's that. So yeah, this is done. That's why I said I bought the entire. That thinking about it, I spent $350 through D&D Beyond. Oh.
Do you ever watch the games they have on when they do PAX?
Not really.
Acquisitions Incorporated. I think they're hilarious.
They're hilarious, but to me, I sort of wonder how much of that is scripted.
I think a lot more of it is scripted as the years go by.
Yeah, because
I think it was more podcast.
Yeah, and I've watched a little bit of it, and it seemed to me to be so scripted that I don't know. I said I haven't watched a lot of it. I've watched very little of it because I tend to game the way I game. I'm probably different than most other DMs. I do things most other DMs.
They're all different.
Yeah, but like I said, I tend to run some of the roughest campaigns. I don't know of any other DM who's had every character in the party raped.
Well, the first time I gamed with you, I woke up with shit in my shoes.
Oh, okay.
My character woke up with shit in his shoes. I'm like, what?
So somebody did. Yes, and then what was it? We had I've had done some horrible things to the parties, besides kill them. This
There's a lot worse things you can do than kill your party.
Oh yeah, and I enjoy that. That's like I said, I tend to run a relatively rough adventures. But I've had a lot of fun. So I don't know. Do you have any other questions, or do we just want to end it here? We've been going on for about an hour, trying to get it going. I now know once I post that, if you send me an email, then I'll have your email to send the link to, or I will be able to invite you directly. Maybe we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I spent all day yesterday making my character, and then I just spent 5 minutes leveling him up because it's an E character.
Okay.
So I'm fully ready to go.
Mine's written out on scraps of paper.
Yeah,
I use that app.
Because up until now, I'm really just familiar with the 3.5 edition.
Yeah.
The 5th edition it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay, do I have that right?
5th edition is a lot more like first.
And they say it's a lot easier for beginners to learn on 5th edition than it is 3.5.
Well, 4th edition was awful. I hated 4th edition.
Yeah, no one likes 4th edition. No one at all. I've yet to talk to a person who says, I love 4th edition. I wish they'd make more.
That's the one I got for Christmas, and nobody ever played with me. I guess that's the reason why.
Yeah, so I haven't found my 5th edition books. I found my 1st through 4th. It's still,
I have access to all the published works and hard copy.
yeah, I have it. Well, now I have access to all.
Oh, hey, Archangel. Long time no see.
Yeah. Didn't think you were going to be able to join.
Hey.
Can you speak?
Maybe he can't hear us yet. Maybe he can't hear us yet. He has to go through all that disclaimer stuff.
Give me a second, Jeff.
Sure.
I figured I'd say hi since I didn't want to interrupt you in the middle of your game, but I can't even get audio from you right now.
Oh.
Lordy.
So yeah, well, we were just. This is session 0. We had a lot of problems getting started.
Why is it with Hangouts with me lately?
What? Yeah. Oh, and he dropped.
He can't hear us, but we can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
So can you hear us now? We can hear you.
I'm not getting any audio. I don't know why.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I can't get any audio for you, but I could always get it from the Hangout. So I just have to deal with the delay, but this way at least I can attempt to talk to you.
Okay. So what happens is this was session 0 to work through some of the challenges, and Hangouts are one of them. So now we know that when I post the link, people can get in and join immediately. And
I've been watching. I just watched the whole thing.
oh, you've watched it? Oh, you've been watching. Yeah, it's. I was just gonna say, I don't know if you got any questions. Then ask them now, or you can reach out to me via email, and then I'll schedule another one for next week, and I'll try and promote it a bit more than this one, and make sure everybody can come and join. So
I joined.
Questions?
I went ahead and I joined your World of Tiglath community, so I can go ahead and try to read up on it.
Okay. And this is 50 years after.
I don't have any questions though. Although I'm thinking about running a monk though.
Okay. The more interesting question is what race?
Hey, he's got a bit of a delay, so it might take a bit for him to respond.
I would likely end up doing it as human.
Okay.
I had some crazy notion of having my character being a part of a traveling troupe of acrobats.
Okay. Okay. So we'll. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call this one.
Yep. Okay.
You had a comment?
Yeah, I was just gonna just background stuff. It can wait till next time.
Okay, or reach out to me via email or chat, and I'll try and answer. And then we'll be a bit better prepared next time to actually jump in. Like I said, I hope to find my dice. I have a dice roller, but I prefer actually using dice.
Yeah, I might need some.
I was gonna ask if you preferred if we rolled our own, or do you wanted us shown on the camera?
No, roll your own. It's a matter of trust.
Oh, you'll know by the tone of my voice if I rolled that one, dude. I can't lie about it. You just hear it.
Yeah, I just might need some delivery because I do not have reliable internet, as you saw during this call.
Yeah, I understand. And so using your own dice makes it easier. You just have to announce what's there. You know what you roll.
Yeah.
And we would.
And if you guys see my thing moving, or you don't hear from me after asking me a question for 2 seconds, I'll post it in the chat.
Okay. So trying to rearrange your schedule. I know it's because it's always a challenge to get schedules, and I figure I'll mention. So looking at the schedule, that brings up an interesting. So we'll do this one. We'll do the 23rd. That says the 23rd. We'll do one on the 30th, and then October. We'll do this. Okay, October is normal as far as I know. So October the 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th. November, we'll just do 2 in November, the 4th and 11th. The 18th is, there's a science fiction convention I'm going to, PhilCon, and the 25th, I think, is Thanksgiving. And then December would be there. Okay, it's 2 days before Christmas, so December would be normal. And then then January would be normal. So, but that's there. So the only one that would be really, we'll have a 2-week break in November. Of course, all of that depends upon things that I have no control over. So, other than that, so I guess.
Yeah, are you publishing your works or giving it away or what?
I'm going to put them up on. I'm working on
I'm just looking at the YouTube chat. Someone went ahead and said 618 is down the line. Honest.
Oh. Well, I had playing original Dungeons and Dragons. I wrote a program called Birth, which rolled up a character. And I remember a friend of mine generated 5,000 characters and searched through them for the best. And I can't remember how many 18s he had, but it was my program that generated it, and he picked out, that was Julian, picked out Julian. I know he had an 18 strength and an 18 constitution, and he was, and it was 18 double aught strength, which goes back to the original Dungeons and Dragons, where that was, you rolled an 18, and then you rolled percentiles to see what level, because you didn't go above 18. But anyway, so that was Julian as a character, and Julian had a lot. Yes, Julian was captured and tattooed from head to toe, and this is almost 40 years ago. So tattoos were not as common then. So unless we get anything else, I think I'm going to call it for the night, and then I'll try and get everybody. Email me. You should have my email address, and give me your characters. Invite other people, and if you invite other people, have them email me so I can invite them when I start the live stream. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you all for joining. Okay.
Yep. Later.
Okay, later.
See ya.
See ya.